Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a video covering the Black Friday tank earn Get Your Black Tank, which is an earn op that is currently occurring between the 21st of November and the 5th of December for Black Friday, for which you can earn many goodies like skins and consumables, and you can possibly earn yourself one of 4 tanks, which is either the T77, the SU-130PM, the AMX CDC Black, or the Lowe Black. And by doing this, you can earn points in the game, which is either the Black Tank Earn Point, which is to get 1 point through getting 1,000 or more XP in any number of battles. This stacks like silver with interest. Or you destroy 1 or more vehicles in a battle and you can get a point. So getting any number of kills in one battle will gain you 1 point, which is a way to earn any of the 4 tanks and just gain the points to gain you all the goodies that you can see here. In this video, we're going to go through it all. To be able to earn the tanks, all you've got to do is go select it from the brand new Challengers tab in the garage, and once you've got the allotted number of points, the choose your tank will appear in this slot that you're seeing on your screen right now. So let's go through the op in general. So as you can see with this Black Friday tank earn op, it's going on for 2 weeks to cover the gap between when the last season has just ended and the new season starts. And like I say, you can earn a lot of goodies and you can earn yourself just one of the 4 tanks. So yeah, to get the points, you need to earn 1,000 or more XP in a battle, which gets you a point. So for every 1,000 XP you get in a battle, you will get a point. So say if you end up with 6,000 XP on a double or something like that, you'll end up with 6 points. So that's kind of, I think it tends to go off base XP as opposed to say, oh, I got 20,000 XP and I didn't get 20 points. That's not how it works. It tends to go off of the base XP calculations and stuff and however that works behind the scenes. So if you end up with like 2k base and then it's doubled and all sorts of stuff, you can end up with 2, 3, 4 points. You know, that's how it goes. Just like silver with interest. And to get another point guaranteed, just basically get a kill. All you got to do is get a kill and you will be guaranteed 1 point a game, essentially just for getting a kill, or any number of kills really. So that is one way, those are ways to get the points. I can see these points racking up quite quickly due to the fact that this acts like silver with interest, which means that your playtime will not have to be too much realistically to get the amount of points needed to earn the tanks. So what rewards can you get? Well, at Black Tank Earn 1, for 10 points, you get just some basic repair kits and med kits, so some basic consumables. At Black Tank Earn 2, for 20 points, earn another 10 points, but 20 points, you get the 1.5 times silver boost. At Black Tank Earn 3, you get the Jagdtiger 88 skin, and that's for 40 points. For the Black Tank Earn 4, you get the T77 Black Friday tank skin, which is for 60 points. So if you were to pick either the SU-130PM or you own either the SU-130PM and the T77, you're going to get the Black Friday skins for both tanks. Because on the Black Tank Earn 5, you will earn the SU-130PM Black skin as well, which is nice for 80 points. On the Black Friday Tank Earn 6, you will get the T55A 2021 Black Friday skin, which is for the Cold War T55A, so not the World War II one, the Cold War T55A. At Black Tank Earn 7, you will earn, for 135 points in total, you will get the ability to pick either the T77 or the SU-130PM. Whereas you've just got to bear in mind that choosing one of these tanks after completing this stage will end the challenge. So you won't be able to finish off and get the rest of the stuff. So bear in mind to just complete the whole challenge before you decide to pick which tank you're going to get. Because remember, you will only get one of the tanks, just one. So you have to bear that in mind. It works just like the Monster Hunter earn up in that regard. So try to leave off choosing your tank until you've completed all the points requirements. And at Black Tank Earn 8, you will get 155 points you earn 155 points and you will get any of these inscriptions here, the Bravo, Lima, Alpha, Charlie, Kilo. At Black Tank Earn 9, you will get Foxtrot, Romeo, India, Delta, Alpha, Yankee inscriptions. You'll get vouchers to put these on whatever tank you want. And at Black Tank Earn 10, so the end of the earn op, you will be able to get, for 225 points, either the CDC Black or the Lowe Black Edition. So like I say, you can only choose one of either the Lowe Black, the CDC Black, or the T77 and the SU-130PM. Now, realistically, a lot of people have already earned the T77, so that is one that has already been out there and most people already own. So that's one that you'll be able to get this nice, cool Black Friday skin for, so most people will get that, which is nice. And the SU-130PM was in an earn-up before 6.0, and I believe it's actually in one of the season passes as well. So again, most people already own the SU-130PMs, so most people's choices will be either the CDC Black or the Lowe Black Edition. And the two damn nice choices. After this little section explaining the earn-up, you will be able to see some replays in all of these tanks to be able to get your bearings and to be able to gauge which one you'd like best or which one suits you best. Because, well, we just like to show it off, show you what the best setup is, or what a good setup is to set you off on your way and then find your way with the tank, essentially. So yeah, you can earn either one of these 4 tanks, so bear that in mind, that you have to only pick one, and you can only pick one, and if you pick at this stage, at Black Tank Earn 7, you will completely end the op, and you will not be able to get these free inscription vouchers. So bear that in mind, okay? So like I say, get the full 225 points, and then pick your tank, so that you get all of the stuff that is in this lovely little earn-up that we've got for Black Friday. So yeah, that's covering Black Friday, and like I say, actually, that's a good point, and like I say, there is a brand new challenge tab which is in the garage. As you can see, if we were to flick over to the left, this is the garage. We go all the way over here to the new challenges tab, and as you can see, this is where all the new challenges are. It's a nice little new streamlined tab that's appeared. Your contracts are on there now as well, so if you want to find your contracts, you just go to the challenges tab, click all the way across to the right hand side using RT, and you'll find where your contracts are. You've got your season challenges, though there's not a season at the minute naturally, and then you've got the brand new available challenges here, which is so much more streamlined and better than it was before. It's really easy to find now. So you go to your challenges, and when you get the required level of points, you will find that you can choose your tank from this menu right here. So yeah, as always, everybody, I'm going to send you over to the replays where you can then find out how the tanks handle, whether you like the tanks, you know, which one might suit you best. They're all quite old tanks. I do have videos on quite a few of them on the channel already. But yeah, I'm going to show you off now the tanks that you can choose. So remember, you can only pick one of them. It's going off for 2 weeks, and yeah, just remember to only the fact that you can only pick one of them, because that is a big thing, and there's a thing that people tend to miss out on, okay? You can only pick one of the 4 tanks. So as always, everybody, I will see you in the replays. So here we are in the replays with the American T77. This is the first of 4 replays I'm going to show. I'm going to show the T77 and the SU, the Lowe and the CDC. And this is one of the tanks that you can earn from this op. This is actually the black skin as well that you get for the T77 in the earn op. And it's a pretty damn nice tank. It puts out damage pretty quickly. The reload on the clip is a little bit long, but you have very, very nice mobility. And the armour is very so-so. So the armour is the kind of armour where it's not that reliable, but because of angles and stuff like that, you can ricochet shells here and there. It's just not something that you should try and rely on. This is definitely more of a flanker, and you want to be in a position where you can use the 50 kilometers an hour top speed that this tank has with the powertrain, get yourselves into positions, and then flank away and run away and, you know, drop your 3-shot clip into somewhere else. It is the more balanced version of the T54E2, because the T54E2 is very, very similar to this tank, but it's got a bit more armour, it's a little bit slower, and it fires way quicker. But that tank is pretty OP. This is definitely the more balanced version of it, and like I said, that doesn't mean that, well, this tank is pretty good. It's one of those tanks that gets a little bit invalidated by that T54E2. Does it mean it's bad? No, not at all. It's still a pretty damn nice tank. It puts, like I say, it's how fast the damage gets put out with this clip. It's so nice. And as you're going to see that against this poor SU-100, it's like, hello friend, oh, and you're gone. Just like that. That's where this tank is deadly. It's very, very nice for that. When you catch someone out, you can just dish out the damage so fast that it's just absolutely unreal. And you've got really nice shell velocity on the APCR rounds that this thing gets a standard, which is 1143 meters a second, which is really nice. You do have to be careful if you load the heat rounds, though, because the heat rounds have very good penetration, by the way, at 299, but they have a shell velocity of 850 meters a second. So you do have to be careful that if you switch to premium, you will have to lead your targets a little bit more. Your standard penetration is also 232, which is, again, fantastic for this tank. Your 2 penetration rounds are really, really good on this thing. And they're just pretty damn nice to use. It means that you don't really struggle to pen that much in many of the games you're going to face. Even in Tier 10 games, sorry, you can load the 299 penetration heat rounds and still butter a lot of tanks, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And the intro clip at 2 seconds means you don't hang around that much either to put out this clip, which is, again, just a strength of the tank. With the mobility, yeah, you just get flanking, drop the clip really quickly, and then try and run into a different position yourself. The accuracy at 0.39 and the aim time at 2.7 as well do hold the tank back just a little bit, because this gun can be derpy at range. It does like to miss a shell, so just be very, very careful with it when you are firing at range, because it can miss shots and be very irritating in that way. But, you know, it's just all the part of the balancing features, because we'd probably be crying if it was like the T-77 and there was lots of those about. And that tank is pretty OP because it just dishes out damage so fast and it's so accurate, and its armour works somewhat at tier 8. It's one of those tanks. So what do I run in terms of a crew on the T77? Well, on the T77, I do run a pretty standard heavy tank crew. I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanics, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Off-Road Driving. I run Off-Road Driving to be able to help the ground resistances on this tank to be able to make the top speed, because the speed is everything for this tank and having that mobility. So I try my best to make sure that I'm going to be able to hit that top speed and help it as much as possible with negating the effect of the ground resistances on the tank. Then the 3 gun perks, because like I said, the gun can be pretty derpy, so you want to be very, very careful about making this gun as good as it can be with those 3 perks. Trap Mechanic, because, well, you're a heavy tank. You will get stuck into brawling situations. You want to be able to get your tracks back on as quickly as possible, especially if you, say, repair with your repair kit, get your tracks back on and they get blown off straight away again. It's helpful to have that. And then the other perks are what you're going to take basically on every single tank in World War II, pretty much. And then in terms of equipment, I run the powertrain, the vertical stabilizers, or the gun stabilizer, sorry, and advanced optics. So I run the powertrain because that gets me up to the 50 km/h top speed. Well, that gets me to 50 km/h top speed for the tank, which is really nice. And it gives me an extra 1 in the horsepower per ton ratio, which means that, again, it just helps it get up to that 50 km/h top speed, which is, again, a strength of the tank. It's something that you want to be doing to make sure that you're getting to that top speed to be able to use the really good clip that this tank has. So yeah, the T77. This first game that we are playing in this T77, we've managed 5 kills so far with 3.7k damage, 1300 assistance, and now we are trying to get there to get to the last set of tanks. So I'm looking at this going, there's 4 tanks left. We're on 5 kills. Maybe we could get a Radley Walters here. That would be very, very nice for us to get showing off this tank. And we're just using the mobility. As you can see, we're going at nearly 50 kilometers an hour. We're just getting there, watching this T43. Can we roll high enough to kill him in one shot? Oh, unfortunately, we leave him on 7 hit points, although we did high roll, so we'll take it. But we shut him down and put ourselves onto 6 kills. Top Gun secured. Let's go. Top Gun. We got the Top Gun. We're gonna scumbag the kill. We are an absolute scumbag against this M48. Let's go. We scumbagged it. Devastator medal right there. The little wiggle of joy. We got the Devastator medal. Absolutely scumbagged it. But who cares? We got that Devastator medal for the T77. And we finished the game with a really nice total for the tank. We finished with the victory. 7 kills, 4.3k damage, 1441 assistance. The Devastator Ace Tanker Top Gun High Caliber. 1981 base XP. A really nice game for the T77. Like I say, which is a pretty damn solid tank. But most people out there will know how it functions because, well, most people have already earned it. It was a season op tank and then it's been earned since then as well. So most people have already earned that tank. So that's the one that most people should hopefully be already well adjusted to and know what it does. And for those that have already earned the tank, you will get that black tank skin that you've just seen there on that T77. So we're on to the second replay, and the second replay is another one of the tanks that you can earn. Obviously, this is the tank that you can earn a lot. This is, well, in that same bracket that you can earn in the T77 at 135 points. You can only earn one of these 4 tanks, again, drilling that into you. And that is the SU-130PM, and it again comes with this Black Friday skin that you can earn regardless. And the SU-130PM is just a damn solid tank destroyer. It's basically the Russian version of the German Scorpion because it hits hard, it's pretty damn mobile, it's got pretty damn nice camo, And yeah, it's just a really solid tank destroyer at tier 8. You've got 243 penetration on your AP, 320 penetration on your heat rounds, which is beautiful, 65 km/h top speed, and then your still camo with the setup I'm going to tell you is 221, which is absolutely beautiful. It means that you are very hard to spot. The problem is you are a TD, so you do have 360 meters of view range, which you have to be very, very careful of because you will get out-spotted quite easily by quite a few tanks if you try to scout. And you're going to see me make a mistake in this game at some point where you will see that yourself. The shell velocity on the rounds, by the way, is 1,030 for both the AP and the heat rounds, so you don't have to worry about that too much. The gun can be a little bit derpy on the SU-130PM as opposed to the Scorpion, although the Scorpion is one of those tanks for me that says it's incredibly accurate, but just decides it's going to miss shots anyway, right? And it's pretty frustrating in that regard. But yeah, the gun will be a little bit derpy because it does have 0.37 accuracy, but it does have a 2.3 aim time, which means you do get aimed in quite quickly, which is okay. You got 7 degrees of gun depression as well for the tank. That was something that T77 had, which by the way is 8 degrees of gun depression, which again is very nice. It means that you're not going to suffer ridgelines all too much, and you can use it's pretty flexible. You can use this tank in quite a few different situations, which is always good. And with the camo, you can abuse the camo quite nicely as well, and you can just lay down the smack with this gun, because this 130mm gun is just a thing of beauty for 520 Alpha. It's a very, very nice tank to pick, this one. Although, I'll say, it's been an on-up twice, I think, so quite a few people may have it, although I don't think it has been fairly recently, so yeah, who knows. In terms of a crew, I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, Silent Driving, and Muffled Shot. I run the 3 camo perks to make sure that the camo can be as good as possible on this tank. So obviously you're negating the effect of firing on your camo, the effect of driving on your camo, and just making your camo better in general. The Steady Aim and Run and Gun, because you generally want to take that on quite a few tanks, but the Run and Gun will negate the movement dispersions a little bit, which means your gun doesn't quite bloom out as much, and then you can hit those filthy shots on the move sometimes as well, which is always really, really nice. And then in terms of the Steady Aim, you always want to make your gun 10% more accurate. And then in terms of equipment, I run the Advanced Loader, the Advanced Optics, and the Camo Net. A Camo Net, again, to make the camo filthy so you can get it down to that 221 meters of still concealment. The Optics to be able to spot for myself at least, because I can get the view range up to 461, which isn't bad, but it's not good, right? It's not great, but it's above the 445 cap, which is nice. And then the Advanced Loader, because you always want to make your DPM 10% better. So in this game, so far on Calnus, as you've seen, we're up to 3,020 damage with 691 assistance. We're against tier 10s, and we've managed to get 2 kills. We killed the CS52, not the CS52 least, that just got killed by the GW100. We killed the Chisel, and we killed the Ruthless, which is always nice slamming down those tier 10s. We managed to push into an aggressive position. Yes, we took a hit against that Chisel, but it is what it is. Now we're moving up to see if we can spot the base campers at C1, but we do forget a little bit that, yeah, my view range at 461 is not the greatest, which means that, yes, I've pushed quite close, which means I've negated my camo because I pushed a little bit too close. I pushed within the view range of whoever is camping up in those bushes, and my view range at 461 is not enough to devalue their camo rating enough to be able to actually spot them, unless they were to fire at me. Artillery is also looking at me, so I'm being very, very careful here not to basically give the T92 a free shot. I don't want to get shot down by artillery at this point. We're having a pretty decent game against tier 10s, and it's always nice to have it. So I decide, okay, I'm going to poke out and try and blind fire the bushes. And of course, just as I decide, okay, I'm just going to blind fire and see if we can hit this T55A, he fires! So we meant that we spotted him. If I'd waited literally a split second longer, I'd have had a free shot at that T55A. Sad times, but we do poke over and spot and shoot the T92, which is always great, and unfortunately the T55A does manage to actually get a shot into us there, which puts us down to 399 hit points, and we're just going to poke up to see if we can get another shot again into the T92. So we try and blind fire that T92, and unfortunately we missed the shot. Now this is where we make a mistake. We shouldn't sit and wait for the EBR. Again, I don't have the view range to spot this guy as he made that cross, and unfortunately he spots me, hits me with the shot on the move with the auto aim and fire. And this is where, again, I make a mistake. I should have run away. I should have run back the other way. I shouldn't run forward. The T55A had fired, and I thought, okay, I'm going to try and move up to the rocks in front because that EBR is coming back. But unfortunately, the EBR shuts us down. That was a mistake to make there, but it is what it is. We finished with the victory, the 2 kills, 3.5k damage, 1,300 assistance, the first class, 1,786 base XP. Again, a really nice game for the SU-130PM, showing its capabilities in the tier 10 game, which is always lovely. So now we're on to the third replay. In the third replay, we are here on this map, which is Muravanka, and we are in a tier 10 lobby in the Lowe Black, which yet again is another tank that you can earn in, is one of the tanks that you can pick to earn in this op. And the Lowe Black, again, it's a steady eddy of a tank. It just does what it does. It's not the best out there because the armour can get butchered by the tier 10s firing premium. If they're firing standard, you can be pretty decent hull down, and the upper plate can bounce shots if you angle. This tank can also side scrape pretty nicely, which is also a big plus point for the tank. But it is a little bit slow because it goes at 35 kilometers an hour. And it does take a little bit to get up to that top speed. Add to that, you've got a 12-second reload for 320 alpha, and the reload is a little bit long for that kind of alpha in this day and age for the Lowe Black. It's one of those things, I kind of wish that the Lowe had a little bit of a buff to its reload because it is just a little bit slow. But it adds to the feel of a steady eddy, if you know what I mean, with the way that the tank is. Because the one thing that is phenomenal about this tank is the gun. Your aim time is 2.86 seconds, right, which is an unusual aim time. It's very, very old school, in fact, to be honest. And with the setup that I'm going to show you, I'd actually have it down to 2.58 seconds reload, 2.58 seconds aim time, which is not too bad. But it does take a little bit to aim the gun in, but the accuracy is 0.33. With accuracy during the rotation of the turret is 0.91, and your accuracy during movement is 1.6, which means this gun is phenomenally accurate. It's a very, very beautiful gun. It's very, very German in that regard, because most of their guns are very, 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 very nice. And this just epitomizes it. It's basically nearly always aimed, and it just dishes out the damage so consistently. It's just such a consistent tank. That's the way I put it. You want to get yourselves into a position where you can side scrape. You want to get yourselves into a position where you can go hull down and use the turret armor if you can, and where you can play that sort of peekaboo playstyle. You also have 234 penetration on the AP rounds, which have 1,150 meters a second shell velocity, which is fantastic. And even better, which is why it's very, very nice for tier 10 games for the penetration alone, 294 on the APCR rounds, which have 1,400 meters a second shell velocity, which is absolutely fantastic. Again, adds to the fantastic feel of the gun. The gun is superb. It is superb on this tank, and it really does just keep putting out the rounds. I can't love this gun enough. It's a fantastic gun. So in terms of a crew on the Lowe Black, I do run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Track Mechanic, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, and Off-Road Driving. Again, off-road driving, just like the T77, because this tank does have a top speed of 35 kilometers an hour, and it's got old school sort of ground resistances. It's a little bit slow to get up to that top speed, so I just want to help it get there if I can. You could drop the off-road driving and put Rapid Aim on instead, because one of the other things that goes for this tank is the fact that the turret traverse is pretty slow, so you could help that out as well with the Rapid Aim if you wanted to. Again, these are just template crews, you know, they're down to... They make it basically decent for you to play it, and you can think, okay, that's annoying me, I can set up this way instead, right? And in terms of equipment on the Lowe, I run the Advanced Loader, the Vents, and Optics. Now, I run all the gun perks because I don't run Vert Stabs. I don't run the Gun Stabilizer, because this is the gun without Gun Stabilizer. It's just how good it is, okay? You do not need the Gun Stabilizer because it's so nice. I run the Vents to make the most of the DPM and everything about the tank, just to make everything better on this tank if I can. I run Optics to be able to make my view range better, because you do have 400 meters view range, which is fantastic. It means you will get a lot of spotting on a fair few maps, and I buff that up to be the best it possibly can be, because I can get up to 523 with this setup. And then Advanced Loader to make my reload 10% better. As always, like I say, the reload is pretty slow on the Lowe. You want to make it better if you can. As you can see with a food boost, you do have a 7.9 second reload, which is actually pretty nice if we're honest. And yeah, in this game on Muravanka, we have so far amassed 3.1k damage with 2.7k assistance, which is really good for a tier 10 lobby. We just managed to shut down this 257. Now there's only 4 tanks left on the enemy team. The M46 in front of us, there's an AVRE hiding somewhere, which is never a good thing. So we're just going to try and maneuver ourselves into a position to get the shot into this M46. Then something shoots us from the right. It's the CS59. I try and just RBRT the shot and unfortunately fail. I see the AVRE and go, oh no, don't kill me! And thankfully, it fires at someone else. I could have died there quite easily. That AVRE could have killed us, and that would not have been good. But it is what it is. We survive. We try and get the shot through the turret there of the CS59, and unfortunately we bounced. We should not have bounced that shot. That was just very unlucky on the RNG. But this time, oh my goodness me, RNG! What are you doing, bro? I want to shut down the CS59. This time, you're going down, CS59. There we go, he's gone. There goes the CS59. And there's only 1 tank left, and we're just gunning for it. And unfortunately, we can't quite get there to kill the AVRE. It's always nice to shut those things down. And we finished the game with a really nice total for the Lowe Black in a tier 10 game. We finished with 4 kills, 3.3k damage, 2.7k assistance. The ace tanker, 2.1k base XP. A really nice game for the Lowe Black in a tier 10 game. I say it's just a steady eddy of a tank. It does what it does. It just keeps consistently dishing out damage with the gun. Realistically, what you want to do is get yourselves into a good position, hull down and stuff like that, and just keep working the gun. The gun is absolutely fantastic. In tier 8 lobbies at top tier, the hull armor, the turret armor is absolutely fantastic for that tier, and it will bounce you a good solid amount of damage. But when you start to face tier 9s and 10s, which happens a lot at tier 8, the upper plate will start to get penned by the premium rounds. But if you angle, like I say, you can actually bounce the standard round, at least, off of your upper hull. The turret armor, you have to be careful of the cheeks, because as soon as you turn the turret ever so slightly, that's where they'll be able to pen you. It's just something you've got to bear in mind while playing the tank. So now on to the 4th and final replay of this video, and this is the CDC Black. The AMX CDC is a damn old school premium tank. It's a pretty damn quick medium tank that has absolutely 0 armor. So you will get penned by tier 3s in a CDC. You know, you basically have no armor whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. What this tank is about is mobility, snapshotting, and flanking. That is what you want to be doing in the CDC, working people over with your pretty damn good DPM and your fantastic gun. Now this tank used to be a troll. The gun used to be pretty shocking. The DPM wasn't that great either, but they buffed it multiple times. Again, check out one of my videos in the CDC, because I did a update video, or should I say a Tanks Reforged video on it, when they buffed it, so that you get to see what buffs came into it. But they basically made the gun really good, and they helped the top speed by like making the ground resistances and stuff like that better, which it just really helped the tank. So yeah, the tank has 212 pen on the AP with 259 penetration on the APCR, which is really nice. 1000 meters a second shell velocity on the AP with 1250 on the APCR again, which means the APCR is fantastic. 390 meters view range mean that you can also spot out a lot of tanks. You can get a fair amount of assistance if you get the right maps for it. Your camo is really nice on this tank if you set it up for it, because you can get it down to 273, which is great with like the standard camo crew and with the camo net. And yeah, this gun is, like I say, nowadays absolutely phenomenal, because it used to be, I feel like it used to be 0.38 accuracy, but now, or 0.35, something like that. These days, it's got 0.32 accuracy, which is phenomenal. 1.8 second aim time, which again is phenomenal. The accuracy during rotation is at 1.22 stock as well. With the with the setup I've got, the accuracy during rotation is 0.81 of the turret, that is, and accuracy during movement is 2.36, which still isn't the best, but with the 1.8 second aim time, it means the gun just gets aimed in super fast, and it means you can snap shots in this thing really easily. The gun is absolutely beautiful these days. It is a definite plus point for the tank. It used to be a troll, but now it's just so nice to have. And I can't say, you know, it's just one of those things. This tank is so much nicer than it used to be. And it's not one to discount at all. Because you can use the really nice DPM with the 6.4 second base reload to great effect, and you will hit most of those shots these days too. I mean, the gun is so good these days that I don't even run gun stabilizer. So what do I run in terms of crew on the CDC? On the CDC, I do run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Trap Mechanic, Steady Aim, Run and Gun, Camouflage Expertise, and the Silent Driving. Silent Driving to make the most of the to make the camo better while driving, essentially, you know, reduce the effect of driving on my camo, sorry. The Camouflage Expertise to make the camo better. Steady Aim and Run and Gun to make the gun as nice as it can be, so 10% more accurate and 10% more accurate on the move. It's always something you want to try and do. And then Trap Mechanic is something that you could drop if you wanted to for a medium tank and run a Snapshot instead to make the accuracy during rotation even better. But I run Trap Mechanic because your whole side is basically tracks, and as soon as someone shoots you towards the side, it tends to be that the CDC gets its tracks blown off, which can leave you in some very, very awkward situations. So you want to try and alleviate that by running Trap Mechanic. But it's down to you, and again, how you want to play the tank. And in terms of equipment, I run the Advanced Loader, the Camo Net, and Optics. Camo Net to make the camo better on this tank, the Advanced Loader to make the DPM even better, and then Optics to be able to spot for myself because I can get my view range up to 500 meters with this setup. And yeah, with that, it makes the tank very, very nice to play. And as you've seen in this game so far on Pilsen, which is not the best map in the universe for the tank, although it's a pretty nice matchup, we're up to 3.8k damage with 1233 assistance. And now there's only 2 tanks left on the enemy team. So what we're trying to do is get in there to get the kill on this T3485M, who's just shut down our M41D. So we get in there, get a shot into his rear, it sets him on fire, hoping that I just about reload to get the kill, which we managed to do just about. Put ourselves up to 4.3k damage. There's only 1 tank left. We knew exactly where he was because he was at A0. He'd been spotted a minute ago. And we're just trying our best to rush there ahead of our team. We can take a hit from the AML 1951, so I can be a bit more aggressive about getting the shot into him. So we poke over, see him, get the shot into the AML 1951. He snaps the shot into us. Like I say, nothing bounces on this tank. And if it will hit it and pen it. So it's something you've got to be very careful of. But you can use the 10 degrees gun depression on this tank as well to great effect to avoid, well, to make your silhouette even smaller. We finished that game with 3 kills, 4.5k damage, 1233 assistance, the ace tanker, the high caliber, 2,105 base XP, a very nice game for the CDC on a map that's not very good for it, but it was, like I say, a pretty decent matchup for it. But it is a damn solid tank. So those were the 4 tanks that you can choose from for this Ernop. Remember, you can only pick one of them, and the Ernop should be pretty simple, really. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all next time.
A great success!